Hi everyone and welcome back. Today I am going to show you how to make a super easy and delicious pumpkin muffin recipe. So the best part about this recipe is that it only takes 2 ingredients. That's right, only 2. I'm also going to show you 2 additional variations of this that would require 1 or 2 additional ingredients if you want to give it a try. To get started, you will need your 2 ingredients, which is going to be 1 box of spice cake mix and 1 can of pumpkin puree. You just want the standard can of pumpkin, the 15-ounce can. You don't need the big one. Now you're also going to want to gather your supplies for this. And you are going to need a bowl, a muffin pan, something to mix with, and of course muffin liners. I just use the silicone liners. It's just something I've used. I've had these for several years actually. But whatever you prefer, you can also always just spray some cooking spray into your muffin pan and not use liners at all. That's up to you. Okay, let's grab our ingredients and get started. We're going to grab our spice cake mix. One thing to keep in mind, you do not have to use a spice cake mix. You could use a yellow cake mix if you prefer to use that. Now, we are also going to use our can of pumpkin, but you have to make sure that what you have is actually pure pumpkin, the pumpkin puree. You do not want the pumpkin pie filling. That also comes in a very similar can, but it has other stuff added in there and it's not going to turn out right. So make sure you have the pumpkin, and just the standard 15-ounce can is all you're going to need. Okay, now we need to make sure that we preheat our oven. We will preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Let's do that before we start mixing so the oven will be ready when we're done. Now we also need to grab our muffin liners and put those into the pan so that it's ready to go when we're ready to scoop in our mixture. Okay, now we're going to grab our cake mix. We're just going to pour it into the bowl, and then we're going to open our can of pumpkin and put it into the bowl as well, and we're just going to mix it up. Keep in mind it is going to be a little more thick than you're used to when you're making muffins or anything. That's okay. Just mix it up until it's all incorporated into one another, and you will see here in a second what it's going to look like when you're done. There are some variations out there where you can add water, you can add eggs, but this is just a simple way to do it. So this is what it's going to look like when you're done. And then we're just going to, I just use a spoon, scoop it out. And they say technically to fill it, I want to say maybe half, 3/4 full. You'll see how I do it when I fill it up here. Now I only actually did maybe 6 of these, and then I did something a little different because I just wanted to kind of experiment with making this a few different ways. So we will get to that here in just a second. Okay, so right here you are going to see that I decided to add a 3rd ingredient. I wanted to experiment a little. We are going to add chocolate chips. So I just sort of poured these in here. If you're making it for the whole batch, I would probably add about a cup of the chocolate chips, more or less depending on your preference. But let me tell you, this was delicious. We will probably definitely do this from now on. It was really good. So just the simple thing I did, I probably made, I think I made another 6 muffins with the chocolate chips in it. and then I still had some left over, some of the mix left over, so I decided to add something else, but I will wait to show you that here in a minute. So you're just gonna see, I'm gonna finish mixing it up and fill up the muffin tins. Okay, so now that that is ready, we are just gonna pop this in the oven. For me, these took 20 minutes. I would check maybe at 15 minutes to see if they're ready. Every oven is different. All right, and we're jumping ahead 20 minutes later, and this is our final product. This is what it's gonna look like. Over here, these are the ones that are just the pumpkin and the cake mix. And then over on this side, we have the ones with the chocolate chips added. They were so good, you guys. This is so easy. It worked out really well. So I still had some mix left, so I decided to add some pumpkin pie spice, just to give it a little extra of that pumpkin pie spice taste. I thought it would make a difference. So if you're doing the whole batch, I would probably add about a teaspoon. You really don't need a ton. To be completely honest, right here I just kind of put some in. I didn't measure it out at all, but it really didn't taste that different. So I don't know if I just didn't put enough in, or if, you know, maybe it just doesn't really make that much of a difference. But I read in different places that some people like to add that to it. I've had this recipe for years, but we thought we'd give it a try. But you try what you want. All you really need are the two main ingredients though, your cake mix and your pumpkin. And there you go. There's all three variety that we made, and they were delicious. Good luck. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite variation is. Have a great day.